of this Euro aperitif that is basically a sort of informal get-together where we all talk. Is the only superhero that is not leveraging on superpowers, but is leveraging on infrastructure, on advanced if you have seen The Dark Knight, so that movie, there was a lot of references to what are now the keywords, not the buzzword, become the new Batman, but at least we want to know how to shape Gotham. Because at the same time, he was good in doing all his tasks because of the other infrastructure, from the public government. So from Gotham, and maybe let's see if we need maybe another kind of superhero, but again, not leveraging on stage. Let's say this is a quite informal stage, so let's keep the conversation very informal. So whenever you have a question, light comments, even in the commissioner and also with all the different activities they will have to do. So I guess that in the coming months there will be very good news. So the floor is yours, just to ice break and maybe give us a little part.
The new commissioner, Gordon, but Virkunen and Black, right? So
we hope we know.
There you go. No, indeed, but still a follow-up to the introduction on the role of infrastructure. Of course, I mean, you have heard the comparison between data being the reality that we see in the member states, in the public administrations, in the private market. It's rather the infrastructure on top of which such data is processed. We will very briefly discuss the trends associated with the uptake of the European Commission's DG Connect in the cloud and software unit. I will throw a handful of balls in the air for you to, symbolically speaking, of course, but for you to catch where there might be interest, happy to follow up. Data processing infrastructure deployment on IoT devices and other really form this cohesive ecosystem of compute that is needed. And all this is, of course, boosted by the emergence and uptake of the call out yet this afternoon. I'm the first one to do so, so not the last one. But the diagnosis of this reality is very, I'm saying nothing new. When I mentioned that one of the key trends that we see in the market is indeed the concentration.
Also DC comics.
Yeah.
And I is a competitor.
So, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm Fabrizio Porrino. I lead government relations in the main region at ServiceNow. Despite losing my accent, I'm proud of saying that I'm from Veneto region.
And coming from our own work in the Commission, yeah. So this group of member states, which we call Cloud Member States Cooperation Group, which primarily integrates the representatives of the capitals.
How can somebody become a smaller bottom city without going towards all the bureaucracy and
I think I understand the question, but I'll try to highlight it. What I'm saying here is this guidance is yet to be published, and this brings me back to the political guidelines of our current president, where the review of the public procurement directives is promised, but what is also promised or rather called for, strategy for data, European data strategy for short. You will find these notions of the so-called public sector cloud federation. What it is really just creating scale of existing and future computing capacities across the EU 27, where the member states, of course, have to buy in to find not only the, let's say,
and for all the political and geopolitical consideration that we have developed before. Different clouds, and maybe also on-premise solutions plus private and public. They employ a system of records for HR, for accounting, for ESG compliance. We also have, and a single pane which allow you to use all of them in a workflow that why, what, and how. So what are we doing? ServiceNow believes that we should be making the world work better for everyone. Why I'm saying this, 85% of everything that you see around yourself, including European Commission, Parliament, Council, and public administration across the globe,
in Italy, and hopefully soon also in Veneto. We employ 24,000 people around the globe. Our valuation is around 190 billion. And the reason why I'm sharing this data is because ServiceNow is not really a brand that is so known because
infrastructure. But one thing that we need to remember, if we want to guarantee this strategic infrastructure, we have to make sure that it is safe and resilient from a cybersecurity perspective. 20 people in my team, and we're about 140 here in Brussels. I work predominantly with private clients, but we also work a lot with think tanks, trade associations, and even with some foreign governments from time to time for ad hoc projects.
What is AX, what is the purpose, how you can help. And finally, in this complaints document, we have this notion of label. Some of the tools, whatever your technology is, and we also have some documents that are then role agnostic, but that you can use to create semantical, organizational interoperability. Okay, let's see if your idea of GaiaX is correct or not. I should have prepared a quiz. So GaiaX is a not-for-profit association. The remote is not working. Let's see.
Something and then we'll open it for
Good evening, everyone. I will try to keep it short. It's already late. I will not go into too many details, too technical details. But
in this case, in digital infrastructures in Veneto region, and I want to speak about a very interesting field: data center in public administration. No, not very interesting. But in Italy, we have numerous data centers. When we
to the citizen activities is the public administration. So if the public administration is putting in place good policies, that might come maybe from somewhere, but you have the direct impact on the citizen life and citizen services to the citizen. So we would like to know what Regione Veneto has done so far in this, let's say, framework, and of course we are here also to ask you some questions.
Okay. Good afternoon.
We are here only for the Greeks, but no pressure. Why we kept Paolo at the very end is because we had a very comprehensive, and thanks to the speakers for their lot of insight and content. So we had a very comprehensive, let's say, picture of what's happening in Europe, what's happening maybe in other areas, practitioners. We took through your capacity area. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Matteo. Okay. Now, you were right.
Provide digital public services from such infrastructure, from such data embassies. I've already mentioned before the Euro Cloud initiative of the Commission, this public sector cloud federation, which aims to interconnect all the member states to allow for such exchange of data processing capacities in a situation like described, disruption of a service, where it's easier. I'm going slightly more to the practical world, whereby we see in the Commission, we're happy in fact to see the efforts between different member states to implement what the member states themselves call so-called data embassies, right? So for the most sensitive types of data, in the context of different crises, the Russian to Ukraine was already mentioned, there are instances where certain member states, such as Estonia,
Want to avoid to have loss of data whenever we protect the digital infrastructure, and also to avoid ransomware, for example, because whether you're public or a private infrastructure, you might be subject to or a target of cyber threats, including ransomware, including the possible, we can say that even the entire failing of your services if your system goes down. So the subject of cyber attacks, and this goes in every sector. So whether we're talking about a region, whether we're talking about airlines, talking about banks, the running of an hospital. All of these infrastructures are subject to cyber attacks. So what is really key is to make sure that one, these strategic infrastructure in all of these cases is safe, and there are
So, the Italian National Agency for Cybersecurity has defined rules in Italy have to respect this rule till 2027. The main national hub with the Italian acronym is PSN. However, other data center or cloud service providers can be utilized, provided by they undergo to the certification and qualification process. In alignment with this, National 223 has outlined a data migration strategy for public within the region entities. This strategy aims to